Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. We're doing a quick tutorial on my cousin, a bronzy makeup look, and I'm going to apologize in advance because I did not remember all the products that I used. So I'm going to do my best. All right, so now I am priming the face to start with, and I am using a Maybelline MAster Prime Blur and Smooth. Also now I'm going in with my Temptu liquid glow that I got from my BoxyCharm box, and I'm putting it in the areas that I would like to have some highlight or, you know, some glow to the skin. Now we are going in with the Cover FX corrector, and these are all my cousin's products that I'm mostly using, so that's why I'm using them directly from the tube as opposed to scraping it out. And we're going in with I think these are pure beauty blenders to blend out that corrector. And it looks crazy, I know, but us African-American women struggle with that darkness around the mouth for some odd reason. And at times it's good to go in with your fingers in areas that are, like, you know, a little bit more difficult to get in. I usually use a ring finger because it's the least amount of pressure for underneath your eye. All right, so now we are going in with the foundation, and the foundation that we are using is a Lancome Ultra 24-hour foundation in 530 Suede C. And I'm starting down basically by the chin, working my way up one side at a time using a Real Techniques brush, foundation brush, which I love, by the way. I'm just buffing that in, and then at times I would, you know, swipe it a little bit. I'm buffing it in, slightly swiping it, putting it in the areas that I need it the most. And then once I have it all applied, I feel like I have an even amount of coverage. I'll go in with my beauty blender to basically pick up any excess product and, you know, blend it out even more. Blending is super key. Super key. It's one of the most important things to me. I'm like obsessed with that. And there I go with my beauty blender, using the bottom of it just to really smooth and blend it out. Okay, so now I am going in with the Becca Aqua Luminous Perfecting Concealer, and I'm just adding some extra coverage where I would like to see, especially in the areas that's usually around the. Oh, I'm so sorry for my head. Oh my god, I kind of forgot I was recording for a second. I had to cut out so much of my head out of this video, it's not even funny. I'm just kind of blending that in with the beauty blender, and I'm using the bottom because I want it to mix with the foundation. Okay. All right, so now we are going in with the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye Concealer in Warm Deep, and I think they came out with these recently, well, at the time of the video recently, in more colors for darker skin girls, which I'm absolutely happy about because I love that under eye concealer. It's almost one of the best to me. I'm just making sure that's, you know, blended all the way through. And then I usually like to go in again and just basically apply. I think, actually, no, this one now I'm applying my own concealer. I'm not sure if it's a Shape Tape. I'm not sure if I had it at the time, but I'm using that to highlight now and go a shade lighter because that under eye concealer was, you know, very much close to her shade a little bit. And I'm just applying the highlighter where I would like, the concealer I should say, where I would like to see it. And I did a contour in this video, which normally I would not do on a darker skin person because you can just do a reverse contour or a reverse, I'm not sure what they call it. So I was kind of like, when I rewatched, I was like, I don't know why I did that. So I'm basically just going to dab that out and blend her concealer out until my satisfaction, until I get my satisfaction out of it. And once again, also, I really felt like I should have did her eye makeup first before doing her face, but it was already started and I was so into the conversation that I completely didn't think about it. Because the problem is, you know, I like to touch the face when I'm doing the eyes, and you can't really do that too much when you've already done the face because your hand is going to slightly move the makeup because your hand is warm and you have oil in your skin, whatever. A whole bunch of stuff going on. Her concealer on her forehead was a little bit more generous than normal, but she has a small head and small forehead, so, you know, she'll be okay if it's a little too much. Not like somebody with a bigger size forehead like me who needs to put very little concealer on my forehead. We don't need to make it look draw any extra attention to it, I should say. All right, so we're blending out the concealer, not the concealer, the contour. And like I said, I really wished I didn't do that. I really wish I did a reverse one. It's kind of strong, you know. All right, so now we are setting her concealer with the Black Up Anti-Shine Loose Powder. And at first I dab it in and just basically, you know, set that in, press it in with the Beauty Blender. And then I'm going to go back in and give it like a little semi-bake. So I'm basically just I'm putting it on all the areas that I placed concealer on, as you probably already know. Okay, so just getting that brushed off the excess, getting on out of there. I don't really like to keep these loose powders on the skin for too long. They kind of tend to, sometimes in certain parts of the face, become a little bit difficult when you're brushing it away. Okay, so now we are getting underneath the eye, get the excess off, and get her ready. She's almost done. Now we're prepping the eyebrows. My cousin actually has really good eyebrows, so I didn't have to do much work. I'm using a Givenchy eyebrow pencil in dark brunette, and I'm just basically filling in what she already has there. She has really great eyebrows, like I said, beautiful. I didn't have to do a lot of work to create much. It was just already like perfectly awesome. So it was quite easy to do her eyebrows. Didn't even have to use any powder at all or anything. Okay, so now we are going to clean that brow up with some concealer. I'm also going to bring it down into the eye and actually use it as my eyeshadow base, which is very convenient. And I'm also using the same eyeshadow. Oh my god, I don't know why I keep saying something different. I'm using the same concealer that I used to blend out, that I used originally to provide the extra coverage. I can't remember what it was. What was that? I think that was that Aqua Luminous Perfecting Concealer that I'm using. I like to use like a shade that's lighter, but not too light when it comes to the eye. I know some people do, but I just prefer something that's not that light. So I'm just kind of blending it out, making sure that the lid is fully covered and prepped and ready for the next step. Okay, so now I'm just using some face powder to kind of set those eyebrows in. The freaking concealer. Oh my god, I'm gonna hurt myself. All right, guys, so the palette that I was using was one of the Kylie Cosmetics palettes, and I'm going to list it in the description box down below, because as I'm recording this, I am too lazy to get up to tell you specifically the one that I'm using. So I'm just starting off with a transition color, and she's a lovely woman of color. I like to use colors that are like berries or like deep reds or purples. I find like those colors really look great against darker skin. So I'm just, even though in all reality now you can pretty much use any color and you just have to know how to work it. So I'm basically just creating my transition color, and I'm also constantly going in and blending it out with a clean brush. I don't like harsh lines. I'm going with a like a light smoky eye. That's me going in with the base color. I'm using it all from the Kylie palette, going in with my lid color before I apply my shimmer. Also, I'm gonna deepen up the crease a little bit. You'll see in a little bit I'm going to deepen up the crease more to create more definition. Here we go, some more definition there. And when you look at it, this eye look is so simple. You know, you don't have to do a lot to create a beautiful or just an eye that draws attention. This is literally transition color, lid color, then a darker color to deepen up the crease, or you can say contour in your eye, because yes, you do contour your eye, and then I go over it with shimmer. And I didn't even do the shimmer neat, because I like sometimes that look where it's not quite neat, you know. And I think at this I realized I was losing my transition color a little bit, so I kind of went back in there to blend out the darker color just a little bit with some of that transition color. Okay, so another color I use from the palette, I'm placing on the lid just to prepare for that shimmer, because the shimmer that I'm using is similar in color to that base color. So sometimes when I want to create, like I want my shimmer to be a little stronger, I'll use a color that's similar to it on the lid just to prepare for that slight shimmer that I might be using. It just kind of helps in case, especially when you're not like completely packing on the glitter, like completely like putting it on the whole lid, like to cover the lid itself. And then I went back in to define the crease a little bit more. Sometimes when you place lid colors, you kind of lose some of your definition there, so it's good to just go back in and make sure it's still there, blend it out, of course. And I'm starting to apply the shimmer slash glitter. It's from VE Cosmetics. I actually know this one by heart. It's finally something I can tell you on this video, and it's a UK company, and it's called Fairy Farts. It's such an interesting name. And I started off with a brush, and I realized I wasn't getting as much product on it as I would like. So then I started to use my finger to apply it, and I felt like I was getting a much better result. And that's what you see me doing right here. Okay, so this is a liner from e.l.f. Cosmetics, and it's really watery, so you just have to be careful. But I like to use it because it gets it on there real quick. You just have to take your time with it. And I usually she wasn't getting a major wing, she was just getting like a slight something, you know, just a little something. So I just kind of like want to create a line and just create some sort of base for when I place the lashes on. So this is from e.l.f. Cosmetics as well, and it is supposed to be some sort of eyebrow slash eyelash tamer or something, or gel. Okay, let's just say I never picked it up again to use it. I was just trying it out because I was like, oh, this looks pretty cool. I thought it could tame some unruly lashes, but it didn't really seem to do anything. I'm applying now the lashes from my lash line, Pretty Stushy. I have lashes, yes I do. I will I will put down the exact name of this specific lashes. I'm working on the website. That's all coming soon. So I will have more information on that in a future video. I'll even talk about the process that I went through in order to create my own lash line. And I'm just bringing some of those colors that I use on her eyelid. I'm bringing some of them down to bring at the base. Not too much, just a little bit. And just define her under eye a bit more. So I'm like a big junkie, and I always see like good little tips on other people's YouTube videos or Instagram. This one I stole from Makeup Sheila. I'm not gonna even say I stole it because she obviously was sharing. And that was placing dots at the bottom of the eye to create the illusion of thicker or more lashes down below, especially for my girls who struggle with the no lash line. Okay, no lash lashes on the bottom lashes, they're barely there type stuff. So that's what I did with her. I didn't have bottom lashes, so obviously I couldn't apply those, and honestly I don't know about bottom lashes, but I will venture out into the bottom lash world one day. But I always like to try things on myself before I attempt it on someone else. So that was what I was doing, well, a little while ago. So this lip liner is from ColourPop. I will put the exact name down below because I'm just doing so terrible with this voiceover. And I'm basically just lining her lip within her lip line. My cousin already has wonderfully lush lips already, and we are not trying to make them even more bigger. She does not need to do that technique. So we are lining within the lip line on the inside of her lip line. Oops, I think I kind of chucked her with the with the lip liner a little bit. So we are lining her entire lip, and then I'm going to also fill in her lip with the same lip liner. And then we're going to go in with Bite Beauty Matte Cream Lip Crayon in Pastille. She didn't even think this color could work for her, but you know, when you just work with your colors and kind of mix some things together, it ends up doing wonderful things. So the color, yes, I like the color. However, I was trying to get something that's kind of close to her eye, so it's not necessarily that pink, and so I'm gonna go in with another lip liner from MAC. I will put the exact name of it down below as well, it's like a dark brown, and I use that to kind of like create the lip color that I wanted. And she's finished. Finito. She's looking so cute. Cute, 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 cute. I had to do this in a little bit of a slow motion so y'all could really see what's going on over here. Okay, so we got that bronzy. We got that dewy. We got that slight shimmer bronzy eye. She's just looking too cute. Too cool for school. Yes, honey. Yes, yes, yes. Now, if you guys have any comments, leave them down below. And don't forget to follow and subscribe.